Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be doing another MLM horror stories. Soon I will also be starting another little series on Fridays, so I'm really excited for that. So in today's video, we have a lot going on. I'm very excited. I'm finally back to filming after visiting my family that I haven't seen in 2 years. Actually vlogged all of that. Actually just went up this Wednesday if you want to go check that out on the vlog channel. In today's video, we are going to try and read as many as we can. I think we can read about 4 today. Hey Deanna, so I came across your videos a few days ago and I can't stop watching them. My husband has told me numerous times that I'm obsessed, lol. I have you playing in the background basically all day as I'm working. But I think a big reason that I can't stop watching is that I finally have had my eyes open to the reservations I always had as a Beachbody coach. The one good thing I will thank Beachbody for is that it led me to become a certified personal trainer and actual business owner. Otherwise, it's garbage. I have so much I could share and so much I want to share because I fell into the trap of being a coach not once but twice. I wasn't completely naive though. I knew there were some shady things because anytime I brought my Shakeology shaker cup in public, like to the gym I worked at, I would make sure to turn the dang cup so no one could read the label. I was trying to cover up the product I was supposed to be promoting. Red flag much? There's also a lot I can share and want to share that is harmful on the coaching and health side in regard to Beachbody. But I wanted to ask if you've thought about doing something like a question/answer video with a fellow ex-coach. If you don't want to go that route, I can send my email in another story. So I'm going to check real quick to see if she did send another one because I don't read these until I see you guys. She hasn't. So I will actually email her because my husband brought that up to me that I should do something like that. So let's email her back and see what she says. The next story says, Crisis Averted, a success story. Hi Deanna, I love your videos. While this isn't exactly a horror story, I wanted to share a story about how I stopped a horror from happening, thanks to you. I'm in a Facebook group for people looking to leave the field of higher education due to low pay and toxic work environments, aka a group of 13,000 plus people who could be very susceptible to the quit your job, be your own boss, you can make 6 figures while working from home pitch that MLMs used. Today a man posted in that group saying that his agency was hiring sales reps or hiring sales representative. His post seemed a little fishy, so I clicked on the link to learn more. He was an agent with Symmetry Financial Group. The website allowed you to sign up for an interview without even submitting a resume or any sort of work history. I poked around the website more and found an in-depth description of their leadership levels. As soon as I saw all of the language about rank advancement, I knew he was peddling an MLM. I called him out on the spot. I called him out on his post to let people know that he was affiliated with an MLM. It was so sketchy and problematic to see that they were faking interviews to disguise the fact that it's an MLM. He was so mad that I called him out. He never outright denied being a part of an MLM, but he kept trying to argue that he was the owner of an insurance agency. I was stereotyping insurance agencies and being hateful towards the hundreds of families he's helped. He also tried to say that because I work for a large bank, that I was the person who was really engaging in predatory business practices. Another woman in the comments tried to argue that because I had never been in an MLM, I had no business saying anything negative about them. She claimed that she had a great experience in her MLM. Thanks to everything I've learned from anti-MLM creators like you, I was able to find her company's income disclosure within 5 minutes. Over 90% of the reps from her company, Tupperware, make less than $700 a year. Who the F even sells Tupperware in 2021? The original poster was very unhappy that we disrupted his plan to recruit more people. What does he do? He makes another post. This time he posted it as an actual job posting, claiming that he was looking to hire sales reps for his insurance agency. And he posted the salary as $50,000 to $150,000. Guess his upline didn't teach him about not making income claims, but I was on to him once again. Fortunately, the post was taken down and now the group has proposed a no MLM rule. I was able to educate a lot of people about the failure rates of MLMs and their predatory practices. I'm so happy we stopped this guy. When people think MLMs, they often think of the companies that sell makeup. makeup, hair products, and fitness products. I didn't even know insurance MLMs were a thing until I started watching content. Although that guy was super mad, I was so happy knowing I had stopped another person from falling into the trap. Thanks so much for all of you who educate others. It really does make a difference. This makes me so happy because I know that I sit here and I talk about MLMs a lot and I critique them. We know this already, but it makes me so happy to see when someone has maybe watched my content or other people's content, and then they can go out and actually help people not get reeled into MLMs and are able to be like, hey, that's an income claim. Don't say that. That makes me happy because it shows that the content I make does help individuals in learning things that other people won't say about MLMs. Because as we can see, if this guy posted a job posting insinuating the fact that the salary was $50,000 to $150,000, when we know it's an insurance company, an insurance MLM, where we know they're not guaranteed any money, people can be reeled into that really easily, seeing that amount of money. So it makes me happy to see that they're not going to be able to get reeled into that. So something that I want to highlight though is the fact that he tried to push the narrative onto her. Now, what I mean by that is saying, oh, well, my MLM is not a problem because you are in a predatory business practice too, or what you do is predatory, so mine isn't, or blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that they say, many people are going to do this. They're going to try to push the narrative onto you and try and tell you, oh, what you're doing is so horrible that what I'm doing isn't. And don't listen to that, because most of the time they just don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to deflect and put blame onto you instead of being able to actually critique the MLM that they're in, or for them to have to answer to you when you ask them questions or tell them facts about their own MLM. So don't let that fool you. That is exactly what they're doing. And then we always hear it all the time, like the other chick said, oh, well, if you've never been in an MLM, you can't say anything about it. Someone doesn't have to do something or be in something or anything like that in order to critique something or in order to Google facts. The facts is what leads me to my own personal conclusion about multi-level marketing. It has nothing to do with if you've been in an MLM or not. Now, if you've been in an MLM, you can have personal experience, but you don't have to have personal experience in something to do research about something, to come to a conclusion about it. Just saying. So let's move on to the next one. I loved that one. Yes, and cheers to not getting people into MLMs or helping them not get stuck. So this one is an Herbalife UK horror story, and it is a long one. Let's get into it. So it says, hey Deanna, sending love and kisses all the way from England. Trigger warning, my story contains talking about bulimia. Please let the audience know. So that is your warning there. Anyways, I wanted to tell you my experience with my favorite MLM, Herbalife. I say favorite, I mean the MLM that gets on my tits. Anyway, to put into context, I am and I'm just going to call bulimia B, so I don't say the word too many times and then YouTube like flag it or something. So I am a B survivor, and from a young age, I was self-conscious about my body and my self-image as I used to train as a professional ballerina. From the age of 14, I used to binge, so had the energy to do my dance classes, and then used to make myself sick as I felt so fat in comparisons. I suffered from this disorder for almost 7 years and it nearly killed me. Anyways, last year I was approached by one of the top Herbalife consultants who I knew from school and lived in my area. I knew this girl did Herbalife as I followed her profile on Instagram for years and saw she was always going live and posting workouts and nutrition recipes on her page. Anyway, she approached me one day and did the whole, hey girl, nice to talk to you and would love to share my business with you, blah, blah, blah. This girl literally told me I was fat at school and always looked down at me, but as an adult woman, I was not going to hold a grudge as I am not that kind of person. That's disgusting that the person would say that anyways. Ugh. Anyway, she introduced me to her business and told me I would be the perfect health coach. She knew I worked in recruitment in the past and have a sales background as she followed me for years on IG. She went on how Herbalife sells diet plans, workout plans, and my role as a coach would be to sell products and guide people through their fitness journey. Looking at her profile, she has her own health hub and sells her products and signs people up to workout plans via her pop-up store she has. And herself and her two sisters, who are very young, run this store and are all a part of the so-called world team. Side note, I've noticed Herbalife here is very focused on the fitness journey message in their marketing. They don't push people to work out, but just solely spend a fortune on overpriced chemically infused artificial protein shakes and meal replacements. Also, they make bold and rather unrealistic representations on how their products alone can make their customers lose stones over a couple of weeks. I automatically shut her down as I don't diet, as that's my trigger. And stupidly, I told her I had an ED. In a context, I was B through high school, so dieting of any sort triggers me off. I politely told her that I was not a trained professional and felt it wouldn't be right or ethically right for me to sell health juices, fitness plans, etc. to strangers, and to try and convince them that they need to lose weight or change their eating and diet habits. I also explained that I didn't want to start drinking supplements or meal replacements, as it would contradict my recovery and also is very scarring for me. After that, she also admitted that she is not a professional but is still learning the trade and their products. But if you look on her page, she pushes these juices and plans like she knows it all. I get angry about it now, but if I was told about Herbalife when I was younger and suffering from my ED, I probably would be inclined to join, as I was so used to skipping meals or taking meal replacements as a substitute. It makes me angry as I know a few girls younger than me are part of this MLM and push this healthy lifestyle, but they probably know nothing about what's inside these products or know anything about personal training or even know about the human body and have the knowledge to coach someone on a fitness journey. I cannot imagine how bad that would look if I message someone who I don't know or do know and automatically assume they need a diet or to start a fitness plan. I don't believe that it's right for any untrained professional to give advice to random people on how they should live or decide whether they need to lose weight or tone up. Sorry that part was off topic. As my mum is a trained nutritionist and has been for over 25 years, she advised me that these MLMs are ones that tend to sell health plans and workout plans and nutrition supplements that are not safe, and products contain artificial ingredients and can use long-term effects. I know a friend of mine who was with Herbalife on a customer basis, not as a coach, and she suffered from a bad stomach and was hospitalized as she had an allergic reaction to one of their chocolate shakes as she has a nut allergy. Anyway, after a few more messages, the coach stopped replying, and then I thought, yes, she got the message and will leave me alone. So a few days passed and I saw her at the gym. I tried to avoid contact with her as, if I'm honest, I felt so awkward. I didn't want to confront her. Anyways, she approached me as I was on the stepping machine and tried to tell me I should try one of her workout plans. I said to her that I was okay and I had a personal trainer who does my plans for me, which is true, and had meal plans that fit with my recovery. This is when it gets juicy. So she stormed off, and then a few moments later, she came back to me and basically shouted at me that I was stupid for not starting Herbalife, and then said I should rethink about joining her opportunity. After that, I walked away from her and was rather angry as she just humiliated me in front of 30 odd people, but I wasn't going to allow some person who claims to be a coach tell me what I should do with my body. Looking back, I think she was pushing these plans on me as she knew I was a B survivor and thought I'd benefit from these supplements, as that's what I used to drink when I was younger, as I couldn't eat properly. When I looked on my phone again when I got home from the gym, I saw this girl posted on her IG story a quote about being kind and supporting her business, saying Herbalife is about a perfect opportunity to make friends and become more confident. She also claimed that she had a day dealing with shitty people and was just being also dramatic. As a paranoid B that I am, I saw it and was like, LOL, that's about me. But looking at it in a bigger picture, she was probably doing that to get the sympathy vote, as what I've learned about MLM distributors is that with people, or they toy with people's emotions and draw you in through being overly emotional, etc. This literally made me so mad, as she was so rude to me at the gym, and she's criticizing what she's trying to sell on her page. This is where the story ends. I basically blocked this girl and all of her siblings, as I got so annoyed with their false assumptions about their so-called diet plans and constantly messaging me about the business. I'm not saying not everyone is like this in MLMs or Herbalife. I just want to share how manipulative some people can be, and especially from a younger audience, and especially in my generation, people are far more insecure about their bodies due to social media and unrealistic body body images. So I believe the reason why this girl gets so annoyed with me is because I can see through her manipulation and know I'm a stronger person, or that I have facts that her products are garbage. I am so much stronger now, and I have gained over 2 stones since the start of my recovery and starting to love myself again. Sorry this was so long. I didn't think it would rattle on for this long. Can't wait for you to share my story, and I hope this shows awareness to others all across the world. I am very proud of this person. I know going through anything like an ED and struggling with that, it can be very easy to get roped into multiple marketing companies that sell these products, but she is right. This person has no training or authority over this individual. And I think especially when it comes to those who have had struggles with eating in the past or with body image, you definitely need to go to someone who has the proper education to lead you in a healthy and sustainable way for you as an individual. And that's why I talk about it all the time, to see someone who is certified versus going to someone who isn't. Because if you go to someone who isn't certified or isn't educated about health and wellness, you can lead yourself down a really, really bad path. And being someone who was in Beachbody, who thought I had the authority to talk about those things, because they truly make you feel that way when you're in these MLMs. When you're in these MLMs, they're going to make you feel like you have the authority to tell people what to do when it comes to health and wellness. But take it from me, you do not. And it can lead people down a really bad and unhealthy path. And unfortunately, even if your intentions in the MLM isn't to hurt people, it can hurt someone in a way that is going to take them a long time to get over if you are teaching people things that aren't going to be helpful for them because you don't have the education to back you up. So hallelujah to this person for seeing that and, stepping up and being like, no, I will not join your crap. I would have felt a little frustrated too if I'm on the stair stepper at the gym, right? And a chick comes up to me and then starts yelling at me at the gym. Be very frustrated and annoyed, but maybe that's just me because I like to keep to myself at the gym. I put both headphones in, I blast music, I don't look at anyone, I am zoned in to my workout. So yeah, that would be a little embarrassing to just be yelled at by someone at the gym. How would you go about that? I would love to know. If you are someone who doesn't like to take any crap from anybody, how would you react if someone just started yelling at you at the gym because you're not joining their multi-level marketing company? So let's read the 4th story. It says MLMs are everywhere. This person said, I forgot to send this as an email, so I'm sending it now. Hi, Deanna. I have never been in an MLM, but I have so many stories. A few days into my freshman year of college, I was just getting to know some of the girls in my dorm. One girl and I discovered that our dads both lived in the same town, which was about 30 minutes away from campus. She told me that her cousin was hosting some type of jewelry party in the fire station in town and asked if I wanted to go. I said yes because I was so desperate to make connections with people. I also had never heard of an MLM. Anyway, the whole thing was weird. And then at the end of the party, we played some game where we picked boxes and could win prizes. But one prize was that you had to host your own jewelry party. How is that a prize? So you go to this party, you play a game, and you win a prize that you have to do a party? What kind of prize is that? But okay. Of course, I picked the one I felt really uncomfortable and never did it. So she ended up picking that one. And I didn't really ever get close with the girl. And I forgot about this experience until years later when I found the anti-MLM community. Anyway, later in my freshman year, I finally got an Instagram account. That was about in 2015. I was friended by a few girls with thousands of followers, which seemed crazy to me at the time. I got the hey girl from a few, but mostly I ignored them. One girl sent me a few hey girl messages for a year, but eventually it dwindled and I almost forgot about that. By the way, the big MLMs on my campus were Itworks and Advocare. Anyway, senior year, my freshman year roommate messaged me on Facebook. I was excited because we were so close freshman year, but lost contact after that. My heart sank as soon as I got the hey girl message. This girl was a nursing major and she was working with Advocare, which makes me sad as well because I know she's a smart girl. Fast forward, I'm out of college and am subbing. So I'm guessing subbing as a teacher. One of my college friends started subbing in the same building as me a few months into the school year. We started to get close. A few months later, she started talking about the business she was starting, which was Monat. I didn't know much about MLMs at the time, but that was around when I started watching anti-MLM videos on YouTube. Her biz died down, but that summer she got back into it hard. She posted all the time, did team calls, the works. What's sad is that she is such a nice girl, and I know at the time she was really struggling with her mental health, but I won't be getting into that. We also didn't make much money subbing, so I understand why she was so easily sucked in. She didn't ask me to join until almost a year into her being a part of Monat, and I politely declined. By then, I was well into the world of anti-MLM. I felt sad seeing her get sucked in deeper and deeper, but was too nervous to say anything. Eventually, she messaged one of my best friends. My best friend asked me what to say, and eventually we agreed that she would try to nicely give her facts about Monat. Together, we crafted some really polite messages about why Monat was not the best business venture, and sent her the reports about hair loss, or alleged hair loss, I should say. Of course, these messages were met with scripted excuses as to why Monat was a good thing to be a part of. I would say this was around April 2020. I think she gave up on Monat shortly after that, and I'm glad she did. Now, I'm an elementary school teacher. I love my job more than anything, but I was shocked to discover how many Color Street Huns I work with. One of my favorite coworkers even gave me Color Street as my Christmas gift. And one of my students' parents gave me Color Street stuff for teacher appreciation. I am in so many Color Street groups on Facebook because I'm too nice to say no. I try to ignore and not comment, but it's so odd to me that so many teachers are a part of this. One woman was even posting during a staff meeting, not okay. I like all these women a lot, which is the worst part. One girl is even a Beachbody rep, and the other day during summer school, she was drinking her Shakeology in the cafe while the kids were eating breakfast. I knew it was Shakeology because it said it on the cup. I followed her on Insta, and she mentioned in person that she could just ignore the Beachbody stuff because it was just a way she was making extra money. Her post seemed nice and actually uplifting, but I feel sad because we went out to eat together and she was explaining her diet, which I know is not healthy from watching your videos. I wish more people were educated on MLMs, but thank you for what you do. Again, sorry this is so long, but this just proves MLMs are everywhere. So yikes, this person has had so many interactions with MLMs, but it does make sense because we see a lot of, nurses or teachers, stay-at-home moms, parents of stay-at-home kids, things like that, getting roped into MLMs. And you have to think why. I feel like with teachers, I know their salaries, especially in the US, I'm not sure the UK or anything like that. I know teacher salaries, or when you're subbing, you're not making like very consistent money. So that must be hard. And then, during the summer, it's even worse if you're not coming in for things like summer school. Normally, I know in summer, teachers are like out of jobs and stuff like that, and they have to find like other things that they can do. So I can definitely see why, you end up being roped into an MLM. So that is really crappy. And then the whole fact that for Teacher Appreciation Week, this person from a parent was given like Color Street stuff. That like is so cringy to me, because if that was me, like say I was in Color Street or whatever, and I had like children, and then I brought them to like the parents teacher thing, and like I had them bring the teacher like a gift, to this day, like leaving the MLM, I would feel so embarrassed afterwards. Like, oh my God, why did I do that? And I think that's the crazy thing about these MLMs, is that when you're in it, you're so programmed to act a certain way, do a certain thing, be a certain way, and do everything exactly how they want it, right? You are programmed to act a certain way, do certain things, and all of that. So you normally will do everything that they tell you to do. But then when you get out of the MLM, you're like, oh my God, why did I do that? That's why when a lot of people tell me that they're guilty or they're embarrassed when they leave their MLM, I try and tell them like, we've all been there. We've all felt guilty. We've all felt embarrassed. We have all been in the position where we have felt that way. And it's unfortunate because when you leave, you have to deal with like picking yourself back up after that. But then you have to realize that it really happens to everyone. And these MLMs are structured to be that way. Yeah, that's pretty much all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to see you guys in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out the community tab. I've been in there a couple of times recently. I've been doing polls and stuff like that and chatting with you guys in there. And then don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do have another channel that is a vlog channel if you want to check that out. I upload once a week thus far on that channel, but we'll be upping that soon. As soon as I catch up after going and seeing my family after not seeing them in 2 years, I will be uploading hopefully more on the vlog channel too. So that is going to be all, and I will see you guys in Monday's video. I believe Monday's video I'll be reviewing Lula Rich, so I'm very excited about that.